Welcome to another Your Happiness Quest yoga video. I'm Adrienne, a Vinyasa Yoga teacher, and I'll be your guide today. In this video, we will be practicing Surya Namaskar B or Sun Salutation B. This flow has 17 steps, which equate to 17 breaths when performed in full. Sun salutations are great practices in themselves or as a warm-up before a deeper practice. They help to activate the flow of prana or energy around your body, strengthen your muscles, increase flexibility, bring awareness and connection to your body and breath, stimulate your digestive system, activate your heart and organ functioning. Really just a great all-round practice. So we will start by moving through each posture in detail, and then we'll speed up the flow. Please start standing at the top of your mat and let's play. All right, so you're standing at the top of your mat. We're going to start in mountain pose. So arms down by your sides, nice long straight spine, tucking your tailbone slightly, gazes forward. Feel like there's a string coming from the crown of our head all the way up to the sky, finding a lot of length. And just take a moment to set an intention here. This is a sun salutation. Sun salutations are typically practiced in the morning, and I'm going to offer today I will smile. We often forget to just smile throughout the day when our lives get so busy and so hectic. So today I will smile and just ground here. Concentrate on your breath, focusing in. When you're ready, lift your arms up overhead, palms touch. Just take a breath here. We're going to be moving into chair pose and holding chair pose. So to get into chair pose, just sit back like you're going to be sitting in a chair. Your arms are keep overhead. Your ears and your arms are in line. Gaze is forward. You don't want your knees tractioning over your toes, so just glance down and make sure that your knees are not too far forward, and if they are, just pull back a little bit, sit back further in your chair. And just keep breathing, see if you can sit any deeper. And hold. You're doing really well. This is a very powerful exercise. And then we're going to forward fold all the way over, down, head reaches towards the ground, your belly lies over your legs, your thighs, neck releases here, hands can either touch the ground or just dangle. Keep your knees really bent here. And repeat your intention. Today I will smile, and try to smile through even when the postures get difficult. Challenge yourself. Now bringing your hands to your shins, flat back, gaze goes down and forward. This is Uttanasana, half forward bend. And if you need to, put your hands on your thighs if you need that little bit extra length here. And just keep breathing. Finding a really flat back. You want to make your body like a right angle here. And finding a lot of length throughout your body. Now you're going to place your hands back to the ground and step your right foot back and then your left foot back for plank pose. And we're going to hold plank pose here, but please, I invite you to bring your knees to the ground as a modification if you need to. And both positions are really good at building strength, building prana. You do you. Now, in either position, you really want to push your body away from the ground, tucking the tailbone in. So you sort of find a lot of space and openness in the shoulders. We're not sinking in, trying to hold ourselves up. We're really pushing away from the ground, pushing away from gravity. And hold, keep breathing here. And then pushing down slowly, Chaturanga, Tadasana. Keep breathing. And then either you can push forward into Sphinx Pose here, or keep your hands down by your ribs and push up to Cobra. Sphinx Pose is a good variation as it gives the back bend benefits but takes the pressure off your wrists. So if your wrists are feeling a bit weak, push forward. Your elbows are in line with your shoulders. Hands are in line with your elbows. Gaze is forward in Cobra or Sphinx, whichever variation you choose. Feet go down, hips are pressing into the ground. And you really don't want to feel any compression in your lower back. So if you're feeling any compression in your lower back, just ease out of the posture. And now exhaling, if you took Sphinx, replace your hands next to your ribs, tucking your toes. We're going to push back up into downward facing dog. So again, we're finding that alignment with our ears between our arms and really spreading your fingers and your toes. You can bend each knee one at a time to walk out your dog. And then feel like there's that string is now pulling your hips up towards the sky. So we're getting a nice straight back. Your body is like a big triangle. And keeping your knees as bent as much as you need to here. You do not need to have like a perfect yogi shape. You do you. Do what will make you smile and make you feel right in your body. And just keep breathing, connecting back in with that breath. Now lifting your right leg up towards the back, and we'll just get a bit of a hip stretch going in here. It's sort of an extra move. Knee is bent, and then straighten out, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee comes to nose as close as you can, and then plant that right foot between your hands. For a lunge position. Just keep breathing here. Again, if you need to drop that left knee down to the ground, please do. And another modification, if you want to find more space between the ground, is to get 2 blocks and place them under your hands here. This can be really helpful. I've sort of got used to it a bit, but you can see I'm a bit awkward. Now lifting your arms up either side of your head, gaze goes forward for Warrior One pose. Again, if you need to drop the left knee down, please do. This is your practice. Do what feels right for your body. So in Warrior One, we just want to make sure that that front right knee is not tractioning over the ankle. So it can be behind or in line, but not pushing forward. And we're really lifting our left leg back and up to find a lot of space and length, and then sinking into the hips wherever we can. And then slowly exhale, replacing your hands back down to the ground, and step back into plank pose once again. And we will be holding plank again. So if you need to, please drop your knees to the ground. You can tuck or untuck your toes if you drop down. Pushing the ground away, finding a lot of space and strength here. Gazing down towards the ground, and keep breathing. You're probably feeling really warm now. I know I am. And then get ready. Exhale, keeping your hips up for a moment. And then we're pushing back either into Cobra or Sphinx once again. So Cobra, you're keeping your hands either side of your rib cage, arms poking up and back, so your elbows are tucking into the sides though. And Cobra, arms come out in front. This is gentle on our wrists, and we're making that right angle with our arms. And both postures, we're pushing up for a mild back bend. Hips poking, hips pushing into the ground, tops of our feet pushing into the ground. We're sort of finding a lot of strength and integrity here. And then pushing back into Cobra pose, so hands come back either side of those ribs, and pushing back into downward facing dog. And if you need to, please walk out the dog once again. We're halfway through our first round. You're doing really well. And take the time here to sort of find where your body is in the postures. This is why we're doing it really slowly the first time round, so you can sort of figure out how to position yourself. And then, so arms, really finding a lot of space, strengthen those wrists, press into the forefinger and thumb to support you here. And then get ready to lift that left foot up towards the ground, bending up towards the sky, bending the knee. And for a nice hip stretch. And then push into three-legged dog. And then the left knee comes towards the nose, close as you can, and then plant that between your hands. So we're working on the left side of the body now. And again, if you need to drop your back right knee down, please do. Gazes forward. Grab blocks if you want to find more space. It's a really nice modification. And it really helps you find more openness in the upper body and spine. And just find what feels good in your body here. Get comfortable, wiggle around, check your alignment. Try to even out your hips here, so pulling your left hip backwards. And then when you're ready and you're feeling really stable, lifting up so arms come either side of your ears for Warrior One. Virabhadrasana. Again, checking that knee is tractioning over the left ankle or behind, so not in front. Finding a lot of lift in the back right leg. Pushing away from the ground and then dropping into the hips. Tucking your tailbone and keeping your core really active here as well. And settle in, keep breathing. Notice where you can even up. So we're trying to keep the front of our body even. And then exhaling, arms go back down to the ground and we're stepping back into plank. And we're holding plank. Again, this is our third long plank hold. You're doing amazing. If you need to drop your knees, please do. These can also be really hard on the wrists. So you will build strength in the wrists if you're beginning, but always be sure to look after your joints. You're doing really good. Keep breathing. Whichever posture you're holding, both of them are challenging. And now exhale really slowly, untuck your toes, and we'll come into either Sphinx or Cobra. And finding a lot of integrity in your body here, tucking your tummy in to support you, making sure you're not feeling any clinking in the back, any uncomfort in the back. If you do, just drop lower in the pose. Don't do such a big back bend. And enjoy the break on your wrists. Today I will smile. Life is beautiful. Now exhaling, and we'll push back up into plank pose and then transition to downward facing dog. Nearly there, round one. You're doing so good. So if you want, you can grab your toes, so grab your right foot and the toes of your right foot and place them on the back of your left heel and push down for a greater stretch in the back leg, and then switch to the other side. This is just a sort of fun variation on downward dog to get a bigger stretch in the backs of your hamstrings and legs there. Just see how that feels. You can wiggle the hips out. Just play. This is our time to play on our mat. We don't have to be too serious about the whole thing. We're trying to figure out our bodies. And when you're ready, inhaling back to the front of your mat, walking one foot at a time, and then hands come to shins, flat back, gaze goes down, Ardha Uttanasana, half forward bend. Finding a lot of length there once again. Keep breathing. Enjoy the different sensations of standing once again. And then forward fold, folding over the thighs all the way down. If you want to release the wrists, you can grab your elbows and sort of make a frame around your head and just relax here. And I really want you to be folding at the hips, not the back. So keeping a really big, generous bend in the knees and folding your legs over the thighs. And just relax here. And then on your next inhale, lifting your arms up, and we're going to go into chair pose, Utkanasana again. So your bum sits back. Oh, I didn't check my knees here, but knees should not be transiting over the toes. Gaze is forward. Fingers reaching up towards the sky, palms facing in. Finding a strip flat back here, so tucking your tailbone, tummy is tucked. And hold, keep breathing. This last little bit of strength, and then release. Arms come up and down by your sides, back for mountain pose. So we did that quite slowly. As I said at the start, it's a 17 breath movement. So traditionally we want to do it quite fast, but now you are more in tune and understand each of the postures and how they move. We're going to move through it again, but quickly this time. So slow, deep breaths. Really settle back in. Remind yourself of your intention. Today I will smile, and we'll go one more round. So inhale, arms come up, and we'll sit back for chair pose once again. And breathe here. Now exhale, forward all the way forward. Dropping those tummy over those thighs, bending the knees. Inhale, hands go to shins, flat back. Ardha Uttanasana, half fold. Exhale, hands plant, step back into plank position, or drop your knees down if you need to here. Breathe, and then exhale, pushing down. And if you want, you can go all the way up into upward dog, so arms go straight for a bigger back bend, and then exhale, pushing back to downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg comes up, finding that hip stretch. Exhale, knee to nose, planting that foot between your hands. Finding your stability here for a moment, and then inhale, coming all the way up, warrior one. breathe, and then exhale, hands plant, step back, plank pose. Exhale, chaturanga, down to the ground, and then push up, Sphinx, Cobra, or upward dog, whichever is in your practice. Exhale, push back, downward facing dog, finding stillness or keeping the knees bending here. Inhale, left leg goes up, find that hip stretch, foot reaches towards the sky. Exhale, knee to nose, foot plants between your hands, and then setting up for warrior one. Inhale, coming into warrior one. And if you need to keep your knee down, please do. Exhale, hands go back down, frame the foot, and step back into plank position. Exhale, down through chaturanga, upward facing dog, cobra or sphinx. And then push back, downward facing dog. And we're going to come into child's pose for a rest here. You've done really well today. So knees can go wide, arms come straight out on the mat, forehead or chin reaches towards the ground. Try to think about your hip bones touching your feet. Don't worry if there's some space there, it's just the progress. And enjoy, keep breathing. And then pushing back but to downward facing dog one last time. Stretching out those legs, finding space, checking in, how do you feel? Then walking back to the front of your mat. Ida Uttanasana, hands come to shins. Breathing here, we're slowing down. Exhale, forward fold, and really drop, release your head and neck and shoulders here, using your legs and thighs as support. And then one last time, inhale, sitting back into chair pose, Uttanasana. You can do it, it's a lot of strength. And inhale, mountain pose, standing. Well done. This is a lot more of an intense flow than Surya Namaskar A that we did earlier, but it gets the body moving in lots of different ways, and I really hope you enjoyed this practice. So just taking a final moment, checking in with your breath. How did you feel? How did moving make you feel? You did so well. Today, I will smile. Thank you. And if you're new to our channel, please don't forget to like and subscribe to this video. It really helps us out, and then you will get notified every time new videos come out. Thank you. Have a beautiful day. We'll see you next time.